Okay, everybody, as a reminder, just wait for the microphones. We have one on each side of the room. We'll start off with questions for Tommy. We're going to start here with Fabian on the right.
Yeah, Tommy, how's the ankle been feeling? How difficult has this been to manage on a day-to-day basis, especially over the course of this postseason?
Yeah, I think it's definitely getting better. You know, I didn't feel great at the end of the year, but having a couple of days off in Seattle definitely helped it recover, and you know, it's definitely at a point where it's manageable now.
Did you tweak it at all yesterday when Bryce was tagging? It didn't seem like you were like, moving all that great afterwards.
No, I just got hit in the stomach, so I kind of got the wind knocked out of me a little bit, but just like a collision that you know, was just, you know, unavoidable. So yeah, it was, but no, nothing happened with the ankle there.
Next question. We go here to Bob, front row.
Coming back to ankle, could you see yourself playing in the outfield at all in October?
You know, that's kind of just coaching decision, I guess. But I haven't really taken any reps out there yet. But you know, maybe as we get farther on in the postseason, as the ankle starts to feel better, I'll maybe try to get out there. But at least for now, probably not.
And what did Harper say to you when he did the tag? It seemed like he's apologetic.
Yeah, you're just saying, "Oh, my bad. Like I had to make the tag. I didn't mean to hit you that hard." But I told him I would truck him next time, jokingly, obviously.
Gonna go to Jack on the left, far left.
Tommy, what'd you guys just learn facing Sanchez in Game 1 that you kind of take into prepping for today?
Yeah, you know, he's a really good pitcher. His stuff moves all over the place. You got to be prepared for how much his sinker and changeup and slider are going to move. So hopefully after having seen those pitches a few more times, we'll have a better idea of you know, where they're going to end up and where they need to start.
Okay, next question. Kevin, down here in the front row.
Thanks for your time. Is it, you know, you play 162 games during the season, you're playing every day, everything, you can kind of know what the schedule is. Here you've had weird days off between games. Now you had a night game followed by a day game, the emotion of the playoffs. Is that difficult? You just can't sort of zero in and put it on cruise control?
You know, I think over the course of the season, you have a lot of weird travel days and, you know, a lot of quick turnarounds. So we're kind of accustomed to having to adapt and figure it out on the fly. So, you know, it doesn't feel too much different than regular season. So yeah, we'll be ready. We'll be prepare how we normally would, and you know, it doesn't seem too much different. Yeah.
Okay, next question. We're gonna go over there to Carrie.
Tommy, when you returned in September, you were making really good contact, and it's continued on through the postseason. And you mentioned you made some tweaks while you were out before September, some adjustments. What sort of adjustments did you make to specifically elevate your contact, quality of contact?
It's kind of more just like staying taller and not collapsing my backside, which I'd gotten into some bad habits in the middle of the year. You know, kind of, what was it, like June, July, August? So I really have to make sure I make that a priority during my pregame work in the cage and BP. So, you know, just kind of little mechanical changes like that.
Okay, far back, Sonia.
Tommy, yesterday there was kind of a lot of talk about momentum, and now that you have another chance to kind of close this series out here, does it feel important to not go back to Philly for a potential Game 5?
Yeah, we would love to avoid the 5-hour flight if possible, and time change. So, yeah, we're gonna do our best to end the series here and not have to go back to Philly.
Okay, I'm gonna go here in the front, Jay, on the left.
Hi, Tommy. One more question about ankle thing. If this game is September regular season game and you are out of a pennant race, will you gonna play this game?
Yeah, I would still be playing. Yeah, it's at a point where it just feels like a normal, you know, kind of somewhat sore ankle, but nothing that would keep me out from playing.
Back here to Bob.
Time Bryce Harper the last couple of days been saying how much those guys enjoy playing in L.A. You know, a lot of guys are from here, and when you were with the Cardinals, was it the same type of thing, kind of a more relaxed, like you guys were looking forward to playing at Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's always fun coming back because I'm from Southern California, so coming back to Southern California is great. You know, you're going to get really good weather, good crowds, and, you know, just a good historic stadium to play in with a good environment. So, you know, it's fun playing here. I've obviously really enjoyed playing here the last year and a half. So, you know, it's a good environment.
Okay, we're going to go to Kristen in the back on the right.
Tommy, just with facing Sanchez again, any adjustments you guys can kind of look to make that maybe you might have seen in Game 1? I know you guys made some later in the game, but something you might want to kind of do early in this one?
We kind of talked about that a little bit, but just knowing how much his pitches move, we just have to do a better job of looking for them to start in a certain spot. So it's kind of just more having familiarity with his pitch types, and I think our game plan is a little bit more refined, I guess, but we just have a better idea of what his pitches look like now.
Okay, anything else for Tommy? Good. Oh, take one more in the back, Dave Visay.
Hey, Tommy, last night, 7th inning, that tag play at first where Harper came off. Play like that, does it affect your ankle at all? It seemed like you were coming off a little gingerly.
No, yeah, it didn't affect my ankle. I kind of just got the wind knocked out of me a little bit, so that's why I was jogging off a little bit more slowly. But, he's a strong dude, so he can apply a strong tag.
Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.